What is life but a series of choices, some of them easy and some of them hard? But how many of us choose daily to do a hard thing, and what does doing a hard thing result in? After stealth camping on the streets of Mexico City, a decidedly uncomfortable and challenging thing, we've made the decision to attempt the highest peak we've ever climbed at 14,636 feet above sea level. Why? Because doing hard things results in extraordinary experiences, and that's what we're out here for. We've got a mountain to climb, so tighten your boots, cinch up those straps, and let's roam. Some roads don't simply exist on a map. They live in your mind, calling to you in your sleep, filling your thoughts at work. The Pan American Highway, a road spanning the length of North and South America, a 30,000-kilometer road trip through more than 15 countries, is that road for us. Life to us is nothing more than a collection of moments, and we want to fill our moments with adventure. So for 18 months, we'll be driving south from Tuktoyakta, Canada, all the way to Ushuaia, Argentina. From the Arctic to the Andes, through deserts, jungles, and the unknown, we'll live and wander in our self-built adventure mobile, seeking stories, chasing landscapes, and redefining what it means to us to be modern-day explorers. This is our journey. Travel teaches you a lot of things. You learn about yourself, about other places obviously, about other people, and about how the world works beyond the familiar rhythms of home. It forces you to step outside your comfort zone, to see things from a different perspective, and to challenge what you once thought was normal. But perhaps just as important as learning is unlearning, letting go of assumptions, biases, and expectations that no longer serve you. For nearly 3 months, we've been immersed in Mexican culture. We've experienced the beauty of its traditions, the warmth of its people, and the different ways in which life unfolds here. We've learned that things we once found unusual or unfamiliar are simply a natural part of everyday life in Mexico. With each passing day, we've gained a deeper appreciation of the nuances of a culture that is not our own. And in doing so, we've come to understand our own roots in a way we never expected. One of the most surprising lessons has been about home. Not just the place itself, but what it means to us. I can't speak for Meg, but for as long as I can remember, I've been outwardly focused, more drawn to what lies beyond my country's borders than what exists within them. I've always been eager to explore the unfamiliar, to chase the unknown. And as we've journeyed south, the landscapes have changed, becoming less and less like the ones we've left behind. The sights, the sounds, the smells, so much has been new and different. But today, we find ourselves in a place that feels strangely familiar. Despite the towering volcanoes, something about this landscape tugs at memories of home. The pine trees, the crispness in the air, the distant calls of birds, it all feels oddly comforting, like a whisper of a place we came from. And in this moment, we are reminded that while traveling is about expanding our horizons, it also has a way of circling back, reconnecting us with the things we never realized we missed.
Welcome, friends, to the base of, I'm just going to call it El Popo because I can't pronounce the name. So we've been hanging out here for 2 days now, kind of trying to recuperate from our time in Mexico City. And as fate would have it, of course, I got like a cold, and we're planning on hiking up Malinche tomorrow, which is 15,000 feet. And Meg is taking off work. We're gonna be driving there today, and the hope is that I somehow feel better enough to go and hike that tomorrow. We've been here to acclimatize because we're at 9,500 feet, and then I think we're going to be parking at something like 10,000 feet tonight and trying the hike. And yeah, we might just die tomorrow. I don't know, but yeah. And then the rest of this week, I think, is just going to be volcanoes. So maybe I'm just going to title this episode "Volcanoes." Cool. Well, let's get packed up and off to Malinche.
We have a short drive from our weekend camp spot to Malinche. We descend from 9,500 feet to around 7,000 through the valley floor, and then climb back up to 10,000 feet, where we'll sleep the night before climbing to 14,636 feet, or 4,461 meters.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Gracias. Buen día.
So Mexican tolls, highway tolls, don't seem to make a whole lot of sense. We just hit 3 tolls within like 5 minutes, and there's literally like one, and then 400 meters down the road there's another one. I mean, they're not super expensive, but it's a little weird.
Let's check. Sorry. Uno momento, por favor. We are at 10,000 feet.
10,000 feet. Remember when we drove up to Wheeler Peak and we got 10,000 feet and we were so stoked?
Yeah.
This is just like,
there's a car there.
this is just like, you know.
We've been here. We've been at 10,000 feet for days.
Yeah. It's no big deal.
Well, we've gone up to the starting point for the hike, and there's not really any like free camping around there. They've blocked off all the roads that you could free camp, so we've come down the mountain a little bit. And there's just this pull out on the side of the road, and that's an old road right there. So we're going to, there's a nice little turnaround spot, and that's where we're going to camp for the night. In search of a good spot to camp.
Speaking of home, we've wandered our way right back into another zone rich with the markers of familiarity. I can't help but remember the years of my childhood spent in Summerland, Penticton, and Kelowna.
What are the chances Starlink works?
This is actually awesome.
I'll be quite honest with you, we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. The next day's hike will be the highest, longest, and toughest hike we've ever done, and it's not like we've been training for this. We've just spent a week eating our weight's worth of food in Mexico City, and we're both sick now. At this point in the story, I'd say ignorance is bliss.
Oh, what do you think about this spot?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's like we're at home.
I know, it's great. It's like we're in the southern Okanagan or Sierra Nevada.
Ponderosa Pines.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That right there is some ginger tea that my beautiful wife made for me.
Ginger turmeric tea with honey and lemon. This is what will heal us.
Yeah, let's kill a cold. Well, here we are on trail. It's like 7:30 in the morning. Earliest we've probably been out of the van in months. And we've taken all of the cold medication we can. It's like 5 degrees right now, maybe. It's pretty chilly. And we got 5,000 feet of elevation to go. Let's do it.
We have friends.
We have another hiker dog. We have multiple hiking dogs. A whole pack of hiking dogs.
Sniffing pine needles.
Sniffing pine needles? Sounds like a pretty Canadian thing to do. Into the deep dark forest, and all this right here, this reminds me of the North Shore, my old mountain biking stomping grounds.
We're halfway up, and we've got just shy of 1,000 more meters to gain.
Nice.
Help.
How you feeling?
Tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know our elevation right now by any chance?
We're at 3,500 meters.
Okay, I'll just put that in feet in the bottom left corner.
Yeah, I don't know how many feet that is.
Hey, our little buddy's still with us. Oh my gosh, you got another Sendero dog.
Doggy! Come on. Come on. Come on.
Sendero doggy!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this one's cute. I like her. That right there is permafrost or hoarfrost. Must get pretty cold up here.
I thought you said frog.
No, no
I was
frogs.
so
It's
excited.
frost. Ice.
Have you made a friend?
Oh, she's so cute. I love this one.
We love you.
Now,
You're good.
you got all these stuff in her fur, but look at her little nose. Look at her little nose, eh? And you get so adorable. Oh. I'm like the dad that doesn't want the dog until he gets the dog. And then he's like, oh, I love the dog. He's my best friend.
I hope you feel the same with all the farm animals we're gonna get in our future.
Are you taking all the burrs out of your fur, huh? Burrs and fur? What'd you get into? My goodness.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Oh, no, she's adorable. If only this was shot in real time, we could post a poll.
Take this one. This one looks cared for.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's in fairly good condition.
Her
not too
teeth are
scrawny.
nice. Her fur is soft and
Your face.
The trail has most certainly changed from nice switchback to straight up. It's hard to tell on camera, but we're just going straight up.
yeah,
Yeah.
this stinks.
But we're starting to get those views, so that's what makes it all worth it, right? So it hasn't really been up until now that I've felt the altitude. Sleeping at like 9,500 feet, roughly 10,000 feet, was good for about 3,000. I think we're, well, at 12.5 right now maybe, and I don't really feel it. Meg is down there wondering why she started this hike in the first place.
If you're enjoying this film and want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like. It's a free and easy way to help our videos make it to a wider audience.
We have just been passed by these two guys, one of which is wearing jeans. And we are weak,
Yes.
so weak.
Sea level Canadians.
Sea level
born
suckers.
at born at sea level losers.
And we still got Sendero Doggy with us. Sendero Paro. I love trees. I love trees.
Tree hugger.
Here's the tree hanger.
Don't try and do it.
Don't do it.
I'm weak.
Oh man, look at that. That's so cool. And we just got passed by another one. These guys are fast.
They've got like nothing. No gear. Looks like no food.
Mexicans are built different.
Yeah. We're those losers with all the gear that have no idea.
So I've just realized something. It's really hard to hold the camera steady while I'm gasping for breath. So those Mexican guys are gone. They have totally smoked us. We've coined a term. They're Mexiclimbers. They're so fast. And we're just like dying here. Whew. What do you think? 13,000 feet now?
38, 22 meters.
38, 22
You do
meters.
the math.
I'll put it right down here.
What route we take? A cheerful bunch.
They were so awesome.
I learned a new phrase.
Yeah?
Buen ascenso.
Buen ascenso. Nice. Those guys were rad.
Yeah, super.
One was wearing a bike helmet, another was wearing a massive cowboy hat, and they were all just supercharged on life.
Huge smiles. Totally awesome.
Mexico, if we haven't said it already, we love you so much. I seem to have found a dog haven up here in the mountains. I'm just hanging out, being dogs. That's cool. I don't disagree with your choice of location. Want to show us your new friend?
Huh?
Want to show us your new friend?
This was I disturbed nap time.
Oh.
Oh.
Although I'd stated earlier that it felt as though the altitude was starting to take effect, it was at this point that we both felt as though we'd just stepped into a pool of molasses. We took a quick food and water break to make sure we had steam for the climb, enjoyed the view for a few minutes, and then set off again up the steep incline. We were about to realize that we'd made a dire navigational mistake.
found a lizard. It's a really cute little guy. Oh.
At the fork near the tree with all the dogs, we'd chosen to go left, which, unfortunately for us, led us up what we now refer to as the slippery slope of doom. Straight up and nothing but loose sand, rock, and well above 13,000 feet.
Well, we've transitioned from the slippery slope of doom to what actually resembles a bit of a trail on the ridge. We zigged when we should have zagged. We went left when we should have gone right.
Stupid all trails.
Stupid all trails. And that right over there, that right there is where we came from. That's El Popo, and it's the
If I could shed a tear, I would.
it's too dry.
But I'm broken. So close, yet so far away.
Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. C.S. Lewis wrote that. This climb is by no means a great hardship, and of course it's voluntary. But it reminds me of our belief in doing hard things, being uncomfortable, and taking the rougher, more challenging track. In a world gripped by the pursuit of comfort, we want to always seek a path that will lead to growth and result in extraordinary experiences.
You're doing great, babe. We are both definitely dying. This is brutal.
Yeah.
It's like the last, I don't know, 40 meters or so. And it's so far away. Thanks, babe.
You can't truly appreciate the view from the top if you haven't struggled your way up the climb.
Only downhill from here.
The urge to go to sleep right then and there and never wake up was strong. The warm sun, relative quiet, and food entering our bellies didn't help to abate the fatigue our bodies were experiencing. From our vantage point atop Malinche, we looked out over the valley floor into our next destination far off in the distance, Orizaba, North America's third highest peak and the highest peak in all of Mexico.
Lizard. So many.
I'm dead. My guts are rumbling.
We gotta go all the way down, honey.
They're going blah, 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 blah.
All right,
Down we go.
down we go. The lower we get, the better we feel.
Ha!
Yeah, let's do it.
Canadian-looking folks.
It looks like we hit it at just the right time because there's a lot more people coming up behind us. Well, we made it to the bottom.
We did it. We summited Malinche.
How long were we on trail?
We were on trail for almost 9 hours, which I think is our longest on
yeah.
trail for sure. 14K, again, our longest 14K by far, and 1350 meters gain. But that was all that gain was above 10,000 feet, so
Yeah.
that's gnarly. Ew!
And we got another.
What the heck? Did you just puke? Ooh.
That looks yummy. I want to make a funny observation. I got to the bottom, I saw this sign, and I think signs like this in Mexico are more like guidelines than actual rules, because I'm pretty sure every single one of these was not adhered to. Well, my incredible wife, in addition to climbing up to 15,000 feet today, has made dinner. And it's another quinoa dish, but it looks incredible.
And fandangling the campground to turn on their hot water.
Yeah.
Although Alex still hasn't gotten his, it's coming.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty much destroyed after that. Just with the cold and everything, it's really, really setting in now. And then
I feel like
carrying
ass too.
Yeah, it feels like ass too. And then on top of that, the all the camera gear with 3 liters of water is really killing my shoulders. So we're wrecked.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an early night for us, for sure. But it was a good hike, right, babe?
Yeah, it was. It was amazing. Good for us.
Yeah, good for us.
If we were smart, we would have stayed at a far lower elevation to allow our bodies sufficient oxygen to repair muscles and give immune systems a break. Apparently, we're not that smart.
That right there is Orizaba. That's 18,500 feet. We're currently sitting at 13,200 feet. We drove to almost the same elevation as we hiked yesterday. So this morning we left Malinche and drove about 2.5 hours to get here to kind of the base-ish of Orizaba. We went on a crazy detour because at one of the tolls we had to get off the highway, and then an official told us we couldn't go a certain way, so we got stuck on this highway, and it gave us like an extra 1.5 hours of driving, but we made it here. And the drive up here from the town of Orizaba was brutal.
What's going on?
Well, we're climbing probably the steepest, longest hill we have ever climbed, and it is also likely the highest Betty has ever been, because I think we're above 11,000 feet right now, and she just has like no power. So we're just trying to get to this spot that is now 3.5 kilometers away. It's saying it's going to take 10 minutes, but it's definitely going to take longer than that at this pace. Whee!
But that right there, that's the highest peak in Mexico. Orizaba.
Well, you can always tell it's a steep and bumpy road, and there's stuff all over the floor. But telling of our elevation is the fact that that bag of chips has popped. Holy moly. We're very quickly learning that this old girl, Betty, as heavy as she is, does not like altitude, which has me a little bit worried about going into Peru when there's mountain passes at 15,000 feet. We absolutely crawled up the hill. At times I looked down at the speedometer and it wasn't really even reading anything, and we were at like 1700 RPM, just not moving. So yeah, we're gonna stay here for the next day, and I think we're going to go hike up to the observation tower that's up there, and then we're gonna go all the way down to sea level to Veracruz and see the Gulf of Mexico. All right,
we're gonna get to chilling because we're both so really exhausted.
It's a strange thing being in the presence of such a lone giant. It looms over you day and night, continually reminding you of its presence, its silence often speaking louder than words. When we arrived here, we wondered aloud if we'd ever climb something that high. The best answer for that is anything is possible. You do enough hard things in life, the biggest ones start to shrink in size. Months ago, almost to this day, we left home in pursuit of a dream that at the end of 2 years will have delivered us from the top of North America all the way to the bottom of South America. We have left family and friends behind and will likely not see them for the remainder of our trip. Each day we wake up and fall asleep in a different place. We live within 40 square feet of each other, we deal with every high and low together, and the list goes on and on. We have learned to appreciate new places and culture, but we have also learned to appreciate where we came from, the home we left behind. It's not all easy, and a lot of it is choosing to do a hard thing every day, but all of it is rewarding and creates a story we're proud to tell.
Well, hon,
Yes.
was that the shittiest night we've ever had in the van?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were awake all night long, just tossing and turning,
Yep.
breathing out of our mouths. Don't really know why. Gonna do some Googling, because neither of us really had a headache or anything
Yeah.
because of the altitude, but
Yeah, I think it's something to do for sure with the altitude. I just felt short of breath all night, and I think because of that I couldn't sleep. I was just really restless, and so yeah, we could have probably just rolled to China with the number of times we turned over last night. It was brutal, and truthfully I think we only slept an hour, because I know for certain that at least until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning I was just like wide awake. I was reading my book, putting it down, trying to go to sleep, reading my book again, and then probably at like 3 in the morning we were both like, yeah, you're still awake? Yeah, I'm still awake. Oh, that was brutal. Hopefully tonight's better.
sleep at high altitude is characterized by poor subjective quality, increased awakenings, frequent brief arousals, marked nocturnal hypoxemia, and periodic breathing. A change in sleep architecture with an increase in light sleep and decreasing slow wave and REM sleep have been demonstrated. Can confirm.
We did pretty much nothing for the rest of the day.
I'm coming outside too.
I think we did acclimatize a little more, but any kind of activity over and above walking at a brisk pace meant a punchy headache. Tomorrow, we'll be heading all the way down to sea level, where we can enjoy sunshine, warmth, and some time on the beach. With the hard things comes nice things too.
Oh, yeah.
That's bright. What does this remind me of? It reminds me of Nevada.
Yeah?
I mean, a lot reminds me of Nevada, but I think it's just like, it's the sand, it's the low scrub, the coniferous trees, big mountains, and the sunshine.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here along with us on this journey. We hope that our stories and experiences inspire and encourage you to get out there into the big, beautiful world that surrounds you in pursuit of your next big adventure, so that you can form long-lasting memories. Until the next one, keep on roaming. If you'd like to see behind-the-scenes content, get route and camp spot information, or if you'd just like to help support us by putting some gas in our tank each month, you can contribute on Patreon. And before you go, don't forget to check out slowroamers.com to get yourself some rad Slow Roamers merch.